Alright, so today's gonna be an interesting day. I'm gonna give you guys an update on what's going on with this tank. As you can see, it's pretty bare. Maybe give you guys an update on some of the tanks inside. Most likely probably focus on this tank, so let's get into it. Alright, so first thing you'll notice is where is all the plants and where is it going? Well, actually, I am in the process of actually selling a lot of these guys and consolidating the plants into another tank. And as you can see, we only have a few stems left and a few carpeting plants left. And obviously the fish are all still here. So what is the actual plan for this tank? Well, the plan is to consolidate most of those fish into this tank with a lot of the other discus. All right, so going back to this tank, we have obviously 5 ultums, 1 discus, and actually 2 of these ultums are going to go into a breeder tank. I am going to see if they are an actual pair and try to hopefully confirm that. A few videos ago, I made a video on a possible ultum pair where 2 of them were kind of like on this side and they chased the other ones all on the other side. Well, they kind of stopped doing that, so I don't know which one is the actual pair. So I'm gonna have to do some guessing and kind of pair them off, and if they fight each other, and then I'll just kind of alternate one of them with another one and see if they, you know, are a pair. But so the plan is moving 4 of these guys into the other tank and putting 2 of these guys into a breeding tank outside in the rack. Now obviously I established a plan, and obviously I'm going to execute this plan eventually, but what is going to be, I guess, in this tank now is the real big question. Well, actually I'm going to be converting this tank into a saltwater tank. I figured, I kind of looked at all the tanks I had. I had actually a lot more freshwater tanks obviously set up than some saltwater. So I figured, you know, I probably need like a bigger saltwater tank to have slightly bigger fish, and maybe just, you know, to help grow out some of the anemones in here, and, you know, have it kind of maybe in the display, you know, living room. The lighting for the corals kind of look pretty nice at night anyways. So I figured, you know, let's give it a whirl. Alright, so today is the next day. Obviously I drained as much water as I could, so now I'm going to fill up the tank with RO water, and then I will probably throw in the salt to start mixing it. But while that is filling up with RO water, I'm going to go on the bottom and set up the sump a little bit. I need to drain out all the water from the sump, and then kind of change things up a little bit so that I can be set up for the saltwater setup. Alright, so it's been probably about 2 hours. It's halfway done. We are still waiting for the other half of the tank, and then also the rest of the sump. So it's probably going to be another 4 hours or so until this is actually all topped off. But while we're waiting for that, I'm going to go ahead and add in some of the rock structure into this tank. Actually, I'm going to be doing a bare bottom setup, so, you know, all this debris here will probably get kicked up later when put in a pump, a wave maker to kind of kick this up, and the overflow will take care of it. But I have these really cool kind of flat base structures that I'm actually going to put into the tank here. It's really flat. A lot of the corals can grab into this. Got a nice little base here. It's glued on. So I'm gonna go ahead. I have 2 of these. I'm gonna position them in the tank real quick, and we'll go from there. All right, so here's the second piece, a lot bigger. It's gonna be on the other side here. It's gonna be almost perfect where the light's gonna cover basically both of these platforms, and the rest of the tank will be kind of bare, where you can kind of just put stuff on the floor. So I think it'll work out. right, so we got the tank all filled up. It took a long time, pretty much all day, to fill up with RODI water. Pretty much the tank, 55 gallon, plus the sump, approximately like maybe 10 gallons worth of sump water. What I'm gonna do next is toss in some salt and let this tank start pretty much cycling. I'm gonna toss some media in here, and pretty much we're gonna have to wait, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this week's update. If you guys aren't subscribed yet, make sure you guys are subscribed. Like always, until next time, guys, peace.